Hello everyone, this is James from One Objective Outdoors, and in this video we're going to kind of go through a walkthrough of my Nitro XL Z21. Alright everyone, like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to go over my 24 Nitro XL Z21. We're kind of just going to go over all the things that I did to it. We're going to start at the bow, we're going to work our way through, and then we'll actually dive inside the boat and kind of go over this. This is going to be things I like, dislike, just little crap stuff that, you know, probably should have been fixed or whatever like that. So we'll start at the front and we'll kind of go over some of the features that I do really like about it. First off, I like that it comes with this step system. It's just, you know, it's not like some of the other ones. It's nice with it. It goes all the way around, which would get you around the graphs and everything like that. But it is a really nice feature for something that just comes on the boat. This here, this is kind of upgraded from what I'm used to. I think this is more of a standard feature on a lot of the boats now, but this is a really nice winch on the front of this boat. It works really easy. It's just, you just pop it down, you can put it in neutral and everything, and it freewheels and it's good. And you can adjust the lever, so if you needed it closer or farther away from your boat, or if you were a little bit weaker person, you could actually extend it out even farther to give you more leverage to actually really crank it up there. So if you even had a bigger boat or whatever, this would probably be a good option for you there. We'll dive into, you can see I have used the boat right much. I fish a lot of shallow water, so if you've watched some of our videos with the rivers and stuff like that, there is some barnacles and stuff like that, and I do beat the shit out of it, to be completely honest. The prop is all beat up, but the trolling motor is held up fine. If you've watched Josh's video and with his Ranger and stuff, he did have a little bit of issues with his Lowrance trolling motor, but he was able to find that fix, and that video is in our On One Objective Outdoors. I put the pan optics and the perspective mode on this trolling motor. This is a 47-inch shaft trolling motor. On the Ranger it was a 45, so it's just 2 inches longer, but you know, 2 inches sometimes makes a big deal. So we mounted all this stuff here, and then we made some graph mounts, which these will be on the One Objective Bass Fishing website here pretty soon. We're probably going to do more of just a 2 version, but we will have the option for this one as well. And then we just mounted everything here. We took everything off of the Ranger that we had and pretty much just transferred everything over to here. I was putting the graph glass on this one. This one's just a graph glass. It's broken. It's so tight that if you're off just a little bit, I hit the edge and it just popped as soon as I put it on. But all the rest of them have the graph glass on it, and those held up really, really well. This one has been on here since we bought this. We bought these graphs, so probably 2.5 years now, if not 3. And then we made this will also be one of the products that will be on the site. I made a little switch thing here, so kind of gives it a little bit, it's a little bit easier to hit the switches with them elevated like this a little bit more. Kind of tucked it up underneath here, but there is some wire chases like from the factory. They actually have a spot here so you can run some wires out, and there's actually a spot on the other side of here that's already cut out too, so I didn't have to do any notching or anything like that for those wires. And then I did add the boat buckles on this. I just didn't like the little strap deals. They're really easy to install. You can get to everything underneath here. If you just open this door up, you can feel everything to see where you can place this stuff. Drilling your holes and templating it out, all that stuff was fairly easy. and we'll work on the other stuff when we get through here. The trailer has been has held up really well so far. It's only like 4 months old, but this has got the different bearing system on here. This is like a standard feature. I don't know if it comes on all of them, but I know on the XL it did, and I think it's pretty much standard on all the Nitros now. But this has got a sealed bearing inside now, so this doesn't have like all the grease and everything like a grease packed bearing or the oil lube stuff. These bearings here, where they're sealed and everything tight, so this is like 100,000 mile bearing setup is what they say. So you don't really have to touch them or anything like that, so you can put a lot of miles on these and not have to worry, you know, about all the issues that the oil lubes for sure are probably the biggest issue when you go to the bass boat side. Working our way back, this is one of probably my favorite features, but you really wouldn't even know, is this fender being extended back here a lot farther. It makes it so easy to get into the boat and get out. So to me, I use this feature more than I actually use the front because of where the graph is mounted. It's just super easy, you know, when you're going to get your live well bag, get your fish, stuff like that. You just crawl right up here on the back and get in and out of the boat. I did opt for the 10-foot blades on this one here. I put this type of light on here. I think that's the Hydrilla gear light, and the reason I went with that one instead of like the Russell Marine, had the Russell Marine the other one, and I didn't have any problems with it, but the way this one goes down, it keeps the light upright, so it's not sticking out. So when it goes down, like I said, I fish a lot of shallow water, it could go down and hit a stump, and that piece is going to be sticking out. With this one, the light sticks straight up the whole time, so you don't have to really worry about it extra and knocking off the light. So that's the reason I went with that one instead. They're right around the same money. This is a metal bracket here, and a metal light. It just seemed a little bit more sturdy than the other one that I had. It's got the 250 Mercury Pro XS. This one does not have the hydraulic jack plate on it. That's one thing that I do wish it had with the shallow water that I fish, but I haven't had any issues, and the only boat I ever had the hydraulic jack plate on was the Ranger that I had, and I really never worked it up and down a lot, so it really wasn't something was a deal breaker for sure. I do think I need to adjust it a little bit, just really play with it since I've got it loaded now with all the weight, and see if I can get a little bit more top speed out of it. It's running the 23 pitch Fury prop. That's what came on it. This has got a nice boarding ladder here. You just kind of push it in and stows, so it's pretty easy. If you were on the water, in the water, you just pull this back, it pops right out, so fairly easy. But that's pretty much the outside of the boat. Gas tanks right here. This is the 21 footer, holds 60 gallons of fuel. The 21 holds 50, so there's 10 gallons difference between the 20 and the 21. If you were going to make some super long runs, if you had to run a long place, the 21 might be the boat for you if you had to run tons. But it gets such good gas mileage. You'd have to go a long ways. 50 gallons personally. But we'll jump up on the boat and kind of walk through some of the stuff. So back here we mounted we got two 36 amped hour batteries back here for the trolling motor. I have the charger for this mounted over here. It actually has a dome light in here that's like a push button. I don't have the power on it right at this moment, but you hit that button and it pretty much lights this whole back area The on-off switch for all the main stuff is right here from the factory, and then the main cranking is over here. It's got prop storage. I added another amped hour battery here just to run all the electronics, so all the graphs are actually running off of this one. We've got a switch here that controls all of that, and then your trolling motor breakers right here. I did add a couple pieces here for my camera pole, and then mounted a little power switch here to run just your cameras and all. It comes with a nice little handy dandy little thing where you can store a bunch of junk, but it does slide around some. As you can see, it scratches up from the bottom here, but other than that, and this will slide over some, and if you go to open it this way, as you see this is turned this way, this will lock into it, and that's when I pick the door up and dump this whole thing out multiple times. So I try to turn it this way so it don't hook it and just throw all your crap right into the bottom of the boat. And then the power pole pumps are actually over here, tucked in there. This is the live wells, the oxygenators and everything are in here. Those are actually controlled from these two switches over here. And they've worked really well so far. It's got an overflow tube here, so you don't have to worry about it ever just constantly just overflowing into your boat. And the fish seem to do really well in it, and it's a lot bigger than it actually looks. These two storage compartments over here, well, this one and this other side are identical, and these are removable, so you can get to like running wires and everything like that is a breeze running through here. So, and it's got drains in the back here, so it keeps the water out of there. Plus, if it didn't, the water would just drain right around here and into your bilge. Pretty much the same thing over here. Like I said, it's removable. It's got some stuff. You can put some 3700s in it like this. I do wish that these ribs weren't here and it was just a solid container, so you could put your boxes either way. It's pretty much set up for 3700s, the 2-inch style, so you can't put your bigger boxes in there or something like that. I think we're gonna probably make a divider that you can place right in here, so you can box this off, because I like to keep my camera equipment and stuff here, and I got the boxes turned the other way. It does have net storage behind the seat, which is really handy, but you still need to be careful that you at least strap one end or whatever when you're going down the lake, because it will come up if you hit a wave or something the wrong way. And I did have that happen, and when it did, the net popped out, and I grabbed my switch when it was in and kicked it to out, and then I was wondering why my boat was filling up with water. But I finally figured it out, that I had that the net had grabbed that when I went to grab it from the steering wheel, but probably took me an hour and a half to figure out what the heck was going on. This is just the center console. It's not very deep, and it really couldn't be any deeper than this anyway, because it's right on top of the fuel tank. But it's easy access to there, and from here you can access straight through. If you pull them boxes out on both sides, you can go straight from here to there, fairly easy. I did buy the seat, the center seat, so the kids and all could go, but it is not cheap. And if you go to install it, there's a piece of aluminum back here, I guess, that they fiberglass in for this. And this, I had to put it just a little bit crooked, because if not, the seat back was going to be completely crooked and That was going to bother me, I think, more, but I don't run the seat a lot, so probably should have straightened this up just a touch more. But that is not a cheap add-on. Like the bottom of the seat is like $500 and some dollars. The back of the seat is like $700, and this little stupid piece right here was like 200 and some. So it's pretty ridiculous. If you're gonna order a boat, I would order it with it, and maybe it might be cheaper, but I don't really know. It does have like a sea deck floor here. It is really nice. I do like the sea deck, but when it gets dirty, you can't just like wash it. You really have to scrub it to get it to come clean. It's not as easy as you would think. Like the carpet, you can vacuum dirt off the carpet. You're not vacuuming the dirt off of sea deck. You have to like scrub it with a brush to get it to come clean. But it does have 3 nice drains here. And then here at the console, this is the one objective graph mount, and it's really solid. Added a Fusion radio here underneath. This is 212s here. Got the gauges underneath. We added a power supply here. All the wires come out here just for camera, for running the camera and everything. Probably one of the things I like the most about this is being able to take this completely off and get underneath here. There's another metal plate underneath here, and you access the whole back of this, and it's just wide open, so you don't have to be underneath your dash or have to go through where your graphs are mounted or anything. You have all this mounted, then you can wire management everything from the inside of here. And then there's like a whole access hole over here, and that's where your wires will run back to the back or to the front. The cup holders, it has a couple cup holders here. We will probably do something different with these because the holes in them are absolutely massive right here. So you can't even, if I can't even put these in there, I'll never see them again. But it is blocked off in here. I've taken this off, so if something does fall, like plastics or anything like that, it don't go into the bilge. There's actually a drain hole in the bottom of this that's small, so it catches it all, so it doesn't end up from here and it's in your pumps in the back. And that's on both sides. The cooler is massive. That's a lot of water. Water's in there. It's got a nice drain in there. It does keep ice fairly well. It's all foamed in. I did cut these speakers in here, and it was solid foam in here all around this cooler. It's got a drawer here that you can put all kinds of goodies, and ends up being a catch-all. But you can put your scents and anything that you want in there. And it actually stays pretty dry. I was concerned. I fished in the rain all this past weekend, and I don't see any water in this container, and I really don't know why. It's got a seal around here, but I just didn't think that it would seal that good to not let water in. This here is for your second console. And then going to the front deck, it's actually still got water in the latches, but I've got a ton of rods in here. I did take the storage thing out at the very front here that had all the tubes in it, so I could put more rods in. It's got sensors here for the lights, so as soon as you open it up, the lights come on. Same thing on the other side. I just got some tackle and everything, and this is where I mounted all the Panoptics boxes here. I put a fuse panel in here. That's where all my fuses are to the panoptics, all the graphs, everything is right here. So it's easy access. So I don't have to go looking anywhere. Something blows, I can look right here. These lights will light up red if a fuse is blown. And that's pretty much it. And it all runs to the front. And the tackle. As you can see, you can store a ton of stuff in here, and you can actually still keep a couple rods on top. We have a divider that will do we have a divider system that we will do a video on here, and to me it just made it easier. I can have those boxes that way because your shocks are in the way, so you can't get the way they have it set up. You can't get boxes in and out of that way. So we turn the boxes the other way so you can actually get them out with ease, in and out for that portion of it. And that way you can have these boxes this way and that way. But as you can see, you can store a ton of stuff in here. I want you to see my tackle. Golly, we tried to steal my secrets. But anyway, that's pretty much the tackle. And yeah, we'll walk to the front. Did put the little mat on here. I did on this. They had this for this is for the trolling motor. They had the wire wrapped all the way around, which that's where the hole is at. I just drilled a hole on the bottom side of this little plastic piece to run it out here, so it wouldn't be all the way wrapped around everything, just to try to clean it up a little bit. This is one of the spots on mine that's definitely from the factory that's not right, and I need to take it and let them look at it, because that come from the factory and it's just not done right. The fiberglass part right there. When I was going over the trailer stuff, I forgot to mention this little storage container in here. I don't have anything in it yet, but I haven't really went anywhere where I needed to have much in there, but I do need to put some blocks in there so I can make sure I can lift it up and everything, and maybe put some wheel chocks. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the boat. Some of the stuff, definitely fit and finish, could be done a little bit better. One part was the dash. If it gets wet, it looks like it's like been like sprayed with some white stuff, and it's just like splotchy, like it's like drips of stuff on it. But when it dries, it goes away. But definitely it's something I'm gonna have to take it to the dealer and let them look at. Like some of the stripes and stuff, I just think could be done a little bit better. This part here looks okay, but overall, as of right now, like I said, 3.5 months or so, I'm still pretty satisfied with it. The buff job could have been done way better, because it still looks kind of a little dingy and stuff like that on the inside. I just think could have been done a lot better. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. But with that being said, I hope you like what you've seen in this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you on the water.